Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the OPlegends channel. My name is Wingless Dragon and welcome to OPlegends Skyblock Dystopia. This is a new server that Morticia and myself have been playing on. The community's been great, the owners have been great. All I can say is if you're looking for a good new server to be on and just have a new change of pace with what you want to play in regards to other Skyblock, this one's worth taking a look at. What I'm hoping to do today is to just highlight some of the features that they have for those that are beginning to play on the server, give a few additional information to help out, and that should hopefully set people off on the right track on starting to play on Skyblock Dystopia. This has just started not too long ago, so there's still time to join and check things out before they get to the next season where they're going to continuously start moving and improving and looking into getting the server up and running further with their Skyblock that's going on OPlegends. They also have prisons, so if you're looking into that as well, that means you'll have one server that has two game modes that you can play between seasons and between going back and forth, depending if that's something for you. But today we're focused on Skyblock, so let's get started. Woo! Now, to get onto the server, best thing to do is go to OPlegends.com. They actually have a really good breakdown on how to get onto their server for both Bedrock players as well as Java players. So take a look at that. Once you're on the server, you'll be on their hub. Very nice design all over the place, but you'll be greeted with this information. They keep a lot of the information on their website, so keep an eye on that. But what you should do too is join their Discord server for any direct help, as well as if there's any issues that you're finding or just want some help and want to see what the community is talking about. That's worth a lot. But to get to specifically Skyblock Dystopia, what you can do is either click on this gentleman right here, and basically it'll just bring up the options menu for either prisons or Skyblock. If you want to go to prisons, select the left side. Otherwise, go on the right side, select Skyblock Dystopia. With that, you'll be brought into the spawn area for Skyblock Dystopia. You'll have all the little things to look around for cosmetic items to check out there. You'll get to see the various items you can win for crates over there. You'll have the little quick breakdowns over there, but we're just gonna go with the basic starter that's shown right at the beginning, where it says, learn the game, do /tutorial. Number 2 is to create your island right after, and then you can invite up to 8 friends onto it. I would highly recommend going through the tutorial, but if you're quick and want to jump into building your island, what I'll do is I'll go through the tutorial in this video. You can have a chance to watch it, see what it's about, but I would recommend doing the tutorial because you do get some gifts out of it as well. But let's do that right now. Let's go to tutorial. So welcome to Skyblock part 1. In this quick tutorial, we will teach you the basics of how our Skyblock works. When you're done, you will get your very own free rank and tutorial loot box. That'll be great to help you out as well. And I like the little guys that'll show you what's what. The goal for Skyblock is to build your own island empire. By collecting a wide variety of items, you can go to IS top by gaining trophies. Number 2, making money. Money is important for participating in the server's economy. On OPlegends, you earn money by grinds, farming crops, mining, or killing mobs. And here they're giving you a bit of an example on what you can do. So there you can, just follow the instructions and bop them in the head. So you've earned money from and player level by killing the mob. You can just beep boop the carrots where you can earn it, as well as gaining more player levels from that as well. And then, well, obviously you'll use a tool when you're in the actual island, but here for the tutorial, you just boop it with your hand and you're gonna gain that as well. I just gave you a dimension teleporter because you've reached P level 2. Click the teleporter to move on. So you'll have it in your hand. There's nothing else to do once you're here. A little bit of design up here. So right click, go to the next one. And this will start telling you about the dimensions and how you can activate them. So teleporter lets you visit the overworld or the nether dimension for 10 minutes. Dimensions are overpowered and have grinds to enjoy, like custom fishing, custom mining. You gain the teleporter every time you level up with the P levels. We also give you 3 at the starting gear. So you've got those 2. Overworld is meant for grinding peacefully. On the other hand, the nether contains tons of hard PvE mobs, so don't try that at the start. Here's those items back for when you completed those grinds. Now you will deposit them into your island inventory. And this is sort of how you're going to be able to not only buy or sell your items, but as well as gain trophies to get yourself in the island top. So what you can do, you can highlight the item and then deposit. And even though it says it's in red, it'll work. Boom, you've deposited the carrots, and then it'll start informing you on how to get to your carrots in your island's inventory and how to manage that as well. But let's deposit the rest of the items as well, just highlighting one at a time and doing each one. If you're ever unsure about where you're at on your tutorial, take a look at your left side. You'll have the instructions that are there. The island inventory can be used for buying and selling items from other players. This is much faster and easier than using the chest shop or manually trading items. So now we're going to go on and start setting the prices. And by doing that, you go into the inventory for that. So the first one we're going to deal with is diamonds and having it set a sell price. So IS inventory diamonds, and we can set the sell price with the downwards red pointing at your stock market going crashing in red, and then have it in 100. Boom, set the sell price for diamonds. So now this means that someone can go to the shop and buy the diamonds that we have for the rate that we've placed at 100. So now we want to be able to buy items as well. And so people can come to the island shop, and if there's something that we're willing to buy at a certain price, they can just give it to us with the exchange of the amount. So go back to the island inventory. Now we want to set the price for the rotten flesh. We select it, and now we select the set buy price. Green stock thing going up. This one we've got 100 of them. So set the price to 100 and go from there. So now if anybody opens it up and we have money to give them, we'll take the item, we'll give the currency. The next one is then carrots, and this is to set the trophies. Highlight the carrot. It doesn't say it in the tutorial, but you would set how much you have stored and you would convert it to trophies. But here you just select it and it'll immediately just deal with the 4 that are there. But when we do it normally, you'll see that we'll have to do it by actually putting the numbers as well. So yeah, that's basically how you're going to get onto the IS top. This makes it so you need to collect all types of items, because overall you end up having the number of trophies per items decrease as you sell a lot, and we'll be able to show that a little bit afterwards. So if this is the first time you do the tutorial, you will be given a free rank and the tutorial loot box. You definitely want to have these triggered so that you can start, because you'll get your tools from the free rank and a little booster thing from the tutorial loot box. Again, if you haven't already done so, go to the Discord for OPlegends and have your account linked up for that to help you out. Good little design here for the tutorial. I really like the look of the tutorial, and you'll be teleported back to where you were before. In this case, it says nice try to get a tutorial. I've already done the tutorial, so obviously I'm not going to get another booster of it. So for those that think that they can game the thing, nice try. So now you're given a bit of the information, and if there's anything to claim, you would go to /mailbox, and boom, you will get your tutorial loot box, which you can claim. But for now, let's go to the island. As you can see here, we've already kind of started already with all of the stuff that's going on our island. At this time, I would say we're just doing it more for fun and just going through learning the various aspects that are available for the server. But if you're looking forward to seeing what we're up to, we go live on a regular basis, and we have been playing OPlegends quite often. So take a look at us, usually on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but we might have extra time. So if you're subscribed, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can listen to us and watch us do live stuff and interact with us during that period. Woo! Now, just to go through everything really quickly, right after you've done the tutorial, make sure you do /IS. That'll get you started on having your island started. And then if you want to start inviting people, what you'll need to do is /IS invite and then the name of the player. So for example, if you're 4018, I could send the invite. What's going to happen on their screen is that a prompt will come up, and they'll be able to select it in the chat, be able to accept the invite. And with that, they'll be able to join your island. So if we go to it right now, we have a full island of all our members, and they were all able to join. Make sure that you are also highlighting your members and editing the roles. You can remove them as well, but be very careful when you do this. But you want to edit the roles depending on the level of what you want them to do. And then in turn, on the island, you can set the permissions with the exclamation mark here so that you are able to set what people are able to do. You can also, right at the top left corner, set if you want visitors to be allowed. So should you want visitors, you can select left click. If you don't, right click and it'll move the arrow up and down for all of the items that you want here. It doesn't say that here, but that's why I'm letting you know. Left click will move the arrow up and give the least security or the least visibility on the stuff, and then pressing the right click will move the arrow down. Take a look at what you would like to offer if you do allow visitors or members or stuff. For now, all our members and everyone else pretty much has the right to do everything. Just know that you will have to go back to it should you adjust things each time, just to make sure that that is set properly. for the inventory. If you go IS inventory, you can also short form it and just go inv or INV, and this will still open up the inventory section. And you'll see that there's all the different type of items that you can deposit into it. And we already have, for example, gunpowder available. We have a total of 474. Currently, we have a 0.00431 rate. So we'd have to sell a lot just to get one trophy at this point. But if you select it, you'll see the same items that were brought up during the tutorial. You can set the sell price, set the buy price, or convert them to trophies. And what we're going to do is convert them to trophies. But just to go back, you see that it's listed as 0.00431835. Now, if I go ahead and sell all of these, so 474, you'll see you can sell one at a time, 64 at a time, 1,000 if you had a 1,000, or you can just do a custom one. So 434, there you go. That's all good. Oh, there's still 40. But if I go back and highlight it now, you'll see that the trophy rate has lowered because I've sold some. So now it's at 0.00424, while before it was 431. So the more you sell of the same item, the less it's going to be valuable. So there's no just one item that is going to be very, very valuable. Over time, if you sell it over and over and over again, you're going to start gaining less and less trophies out of it. You want to maybe look onto getting items that are more valuable. You want to maybe look into getting stuff that can convert better and go from there. Or maybe you want to start accumulating as much as possible. But yeah, this is something you want to look into as well. And what you can do is right now we can sell all of these eggs. So the way the tutorial told you is to do deposit, and it'll deposit the items. You can also just do /sell and it'll do the same thing. So if I pick up the rest of the eggs that are here, I can do /sell. It ends up doing the exact same thing. Two things you can do to kind of shorten form from what the tutorial states is go IS INV for the inventory, and then just to sell instead of the whole deposit, you can do that. You will have to sell items one at a time, but everything that's in your player inventory, it will sell all of it together. So if you go back to the inventory, you saw previously that it removed all of the eggs and now it's all accumulated here. Know that the island inventory does not mean that your items are lost. It holds up to a certain amount and it'll tell you the remaining capacity at the top. But if you want them back for some reason, you just have to select them and then you can withdraw them here. Or if you have them in your inventory, you can deposit it from this area as well and just do that. So if I go withdraw, I can withdraw 64 and I did it. If I want to deposit, I can do 64 through the interface instead of using the text. But you still have the other options as well. Set buy price, set sell price, convert the trophies. And again, 503, I can convert all of them to as many trophies as I can. Boom, it's done so, and I get a few more from that. On the right hand side, you'll see that under my name, Wingless Dragon, you'll see that there's /PLevel. You can also write that down into the chat and you'll see the breakdown of what gets you the experience from those PLevels, as well as what your level is and your progress and how much you're able to get. This was touched upon during the tutorial, but just know that you can work on the dimensions or your own island to gain experience for your PLevels. And every time you gain a PLevel, as mentioned in the tutorial, you'll gain a dimension teleporter here, and this will teleport you to the island to get points where you can do auto mining for ores, trees, or go fishing. I think you can also get clay, other items as well that could be valuable to you. Although the tutorial indicates that you have access to the nether, this may not be available immediately for you, as it pending to be unlocked this weekend as of this recording. If it is open, then just be careful. You will be dealing with more of mobs in that mode rather than having just a peaceful area to do and get inventory. So keep that in mind when you are selecting the dimensions. I would recommend you start with the peaceful one and getting as much as possible, because you can get a lot of money from the grinding that you do there, a lot of experience as well to move forward on that front. When you start playing, you'll be given starter gear. I still have my original one in my personal vault. This will help you start getting things moving along, as well as you should be getting an Omnitool as well as a starter like sword or weapon. While your Omnitool can be your sword as well, the sword might be better just in case you're going into a PvP area and you want to store or leave your Omnitool behind so that it doesn't get dropped when you're in a PvP. Any PvP area, you want to be careful with that, but just know that you should be able to get an armor set to be able to help you out, as well as an Omnitool. And with this Omnitool brings you other UI to help you out. If you right click it in the air on its own or do /Omnitool, you'll access the UI for your Omnitool, where you can see the enchantments that have been added onto the various tools that you have, and some of the tools have access to prestige to them depending on how much you've used those, and the experience for the tool of the one that you are working on are listed here. In this case, currently my pickaxe worked on this one until I'm about to reach level 69. Nice. Once I get to level 100, I'll be able to prestige it, and you can do this up to 10 times, and all this is going to help you out. It'll give you the information here as well on how many levels you need left before you can do the prestige, and then as it's indicated on the screen, each prestige on this tool lets you break one extra block concurrently while mining ores, and this is, I believe, specific to the dimensions when you are dealing with the blocks during there. This goes the same thing for when you deal with the axe as well as the shovel. For prestiging the fishing rod, it'll give you better chance on how to catch the fishes a lot better during your time in the dimension as well. Slightly different, but basically the more you do it, once you reach a certain point, it can improve and help you get a little bit better with what you do. You can purchase the enchantments from here, or you can do /CE to open up the enchanter. Those are both locations for you to check it out, either from the Omnitool or doing /CE. With that, you can spend 20,000 experience and gain yourself a book. Let me show you a few examples of what enchantments you can get and what happens with them. So once you've spent on whichever enchantments you want, you'll end up getting a book like this at the bottom. If you're unsure what you want to enchant, you can select this book that will list all of the enchantments, or you can filter by which tool you're looking to possibly enchant and see what can be applied for them. So for example, you'll have certain enchantments that can be applied for more than one tool. So the pickaxe can be given a fortune, so can the axe, so can the hoe. You've got efficiency that can be given to multiple tools as well. So there's certain things that'll work for multiple tools, but there are some that'll work only for a specific tool. In this case, Super Break is something that is only available for the hoe and not any other tools. If you're unsure about which tools it could share with, you can also see the target at the bottom when you highlight them, which one it reflects for the tools. Now, once you spent the 20,000, it'll give you a random enchantment that is based off of that tool. So if you were looking for a sword, it's gonna look into seeing what's available for these. And then once you have it, you're going to be given a book, and you don't get the enchantment right away. What happens is that you'll be given a rune book, and it will give you a opportunity to gain the enchantment. That's what the success rate is listed on the book. And again, when you have the book, you can see that it'll list you which tools that can be upgraded with that. So you have the pickaxe, the axe, or the shovel for the efficiency. For fortune, pickaxe, axes, hoes, or shovels. Super Break, this one only says hoes. You'll see that it also lists the success rate on how high you can get the enchantment, and then the destroy rate. Be very mindful on how high the destroy rate is, even if the success rate is there, because if you don't succeed, you may have a chance where your gear gets destroyed, and the only way to reclaim that is to use a spirit scroll. And at this time, spirit scrolls are one of the harder items to earn to repair your items. So that's why you want to be not only careful going into PvE with your gear, but you also want to be careful when enchanting, because there is a chance that you can break your items. Now, if you've worked hard on leveling up your Omnitool and you really want to make sure that you're keeping it, you may want to side on books that have a better chance on succeeding with a low chance of it getting destroyed. But sometimes you just want to gamble and see what you can get. You can do that as well. That's what these enchantments are all about. Just want to make sure that you are aware of what consequences can happen should you fail on it. Sometimes all that's going to happen is that you just don't get the enchantment, but your tool is perfectly fine. That's the third option that can happen as well, and that is better off than losing the item altogether. Be mindful of that when enchanting. Very, very quick recap. Make sure that once you have your island, start working on setting yourselves up and using the tools to start leveling them up, and in turn also leveling up your PLevels and gaining additional dimension transporters so that you can gain more experience, more money, and potentially more mob coins if you're dealing with mobs for usage so that you can move forward. You can also enchant your tools either by opening the Omnitool and using the purchase enchantment in between the Omnitool, or doing /CE and spending 20,000 experience what you've earned to gain an enchantment, and being careful, making sure that the ones that you select have a good chance of you enchanting it, and know that there is a chance that your tool may break should it fail critically on your tool. Other things to be aware that are related to your island. First and foremost, voting. Not so much for your island, but this will help you a lot in regards to moving forward. Voting supports the server. It helps support how well the server is liked. So there are links that are available. Please do use these so that you get points towards earning crate keys that'll help you moving forward. And you'll see that there's the option to go to the vote token shop. Now, maybe somewhat different than other servers, you don't directly get the vote crate key right off the bat. What you get is tokens when you're voting. But what's great about this system here is that when you're voting consistently, you're given a vote streak. And once you reach higher and higher, you're given more chances to get more tokens. And in turn, once you get more tokens, you have a chance of getting even more keys for the same value just by voting consistently. So that's a good little help as well for you. If you keep voting and helping out the server will multiply your vote streak and have a chance for you to move forward with getting more vote keys as you move forward. You can then select your keys from underneath here and spend it afterwards. And as such, you're going to be given a vote crate key voucher. It'll look like this. You can also give them to people if you want to, but that's just what you can do to then claim your key. And then to access them, you then go to /crates and you'll see that all of the vouchers are applied to your thing. So right now I have 0 right here. So if I right click it, it is then claimed. I go to crates. It is now there. You'll notice that I have also something called a grind crate, and I also have it in my inventory. Well, that's part of one of the enchantments that you can get for your Omnitool. That's called Locksmith. Locksmith is applicable for farming hoes, pickaxes, and swords because it gives you a chance to, while you're farming, doing grinding with your ores or with attacking using your sword on mobs, it'll give you a chance to get grind keys, and grind keys are just another form ways of getting items. Just know that it's applicable to only the tool that you enchant for. So if you put it on pickaxe, it won't impact your sword. It won't impact your farming hoe. So if you want your farming hoe to also have Locksmith, you're gonna have to enchant that separately. So just be aware of that. Otherwise, you can then, in my case, with my pickaxe, I can grind a cobblestone gen for a while and have my chance of earning a grind crate key, claim it, and then go to crates and gain myself another one, where at this point, I've got 14 of them. And when you select them, you can open even more. You can open just one, and then you can be given a nice little UI showing you what you're potentially gonna get. And the item I got is a condensed wand. So more ways to get items to help you out on your island. So worth checking that out. Voting, crates, very helpful for moving forward. The other thing as well as you want to check out is the battle pass. What you could do is write battle pass to access it, or what you can do as well is just /pass. It'll lead you there as well. And what you can do is activate pass challenges so that you can gain more and more points. And over time, you can start unlocking and claiming items as you go along. In this case, I had never claimed this, so now I've claimed it, and now I'm able to acquire a deposit wand. I'm now moving forward to the next opportunity to gain a experience booster. And as you go, there's chances to get loot crate keys, more boosters, improved player shops, and so on. Additionally, what you can do is buy a season pass and gain even additional points that also help you move forward in the battle pass. You'll notice that it is 500 credits. That's the premium currency on the server. But as you level up your battle pass, you'll notice that you can regain your credits from that as well as you move forward. So you can already get up to 100, 175 from the max battle pass. That's in conjunction with the other items as well. So there's a bit of chance of regaining what you had spent on the battle pass, as well as getting even extra items like relic crate keys, as well as other boosters and pet boxes that'll help you out. Another thing that'll help you a lot is /missions. Similar to passes, you're given options to gain mission tokens as rewards to improve your physical island. These are set every 24 hours and it will expire should you not be able to complete that. And it is possible you will get certain things that you're not able to complete at the beginning, but later on you could have all the setups for you to meet the expectations that are needed for your mission. For example, I don't have a spawner that has cave spiders. What I could do potentially is find a grinder that has it on another island, or I'm just not able to complete this and I'll have to move to the next one after in 24 hours. In this case, my next missions are in the next 21 minutes. So once that happens, I will be able to claim claim new ones and go from there. If you want to, you can refresh them immediately, but this will cost you 200 credits should you have that available for you. What you could do once you've completed the missions is spend the tokens, selecting this spend token on island upgrades box. Once you select it, you're given options to increase the ore frequencies of what you can mine, the mob spawn speed from spawners, the island size, or your crop growth. And you can value this at depending on what you want the most and depending on like what potentially is the meta of the server. So keep in mind, if you feel you don't have enough space on your island, you might want to prioritize getting a bigger island. Maybe you're really wanting emeralds and diamonds, or maybe focusing on upgrading these. As you upgrade, the cost will increase, so be aware of that. But if you're on a team and you want to compile all of your mission tokens together, you can pay a player on your team mission tokens and then put the total amount of mission tokens you can give them. Be careful on when you're naming and who you're sending it to, but if all of you are completing missions and are able to put the tokens together, then you can move all of it to improve your island as soon as possible and get even faster on, let's say, mob spawners. If you wanted that to spawn faster, you can get more people working on getting mission tokens and spending it all on there to help your island out. So work together with your team, and if you're on your own, you could just do it on your own, but it's also something you could do as well with trading with someone should there be a trade that's valuable as well. All these are viable options, but definitely if you're focusing on your island and have a team members on it as well, that can help you out a lot. /Mobcoins is something you can select, which gives you an additional shop that is specific to you earning coins when dealing with mobs. You can have pets that'll help enhance you as well from that, but as you attack mobs, you are going to get occasionally mob coins, and as such, you can spend these to get more pets, magnet chests, and other unique items like boosters. If you reach a certain point, you can even get a seasonal recruit rank if you've gotten that much mob coins, or if you can reach the 15,000, you can get yourself basically a free monthly key from dealing with loads of the mob coins that you've earned on the server. Worth checking out. Just an extra shop you can check out in addition to the basic shop, where you can spend money here for just decoration, getting some starter items, as well as mob spawners. Note that the stuff that are listed here will tell you if it's viable or not. So not all items are able to be purchased here, but if you highlight them, it'll give you the information. Some stuff are naturally spawning for spawners, so sheeps, chickens, pigs, those are going to be spawning, and you can see in the background as well that we have some spawning on their own from their selected little areas. But what you can do as well is buy other ones that are not naturally spawning, and those are only spent with cash. You can't sell them back to the shop though. The only thing you can do is put it in your island inventory and either set it in the market to buy and sell, or convert them into trophies. Last but not least, you can also support the server, and by doing that, you can do /buy. You'll be directed to buy the currency from the website. Make sure that you're putting the correct IGN information when you're there, and be sure that you are meeting the expectations and rules that are applied for those purchases. Once you do, they will get placed onto your account under credits, and you'll have access to be able to purchase stuff like various ranks, crates, or kits to help you out should you want to get those. Be mindful that if you already have purchased a rank from before, take a look at potentially upgrading it. So if you've already gained enough where you've earned yourself the rank of recruit, it might be worth to upgrade as opposed to going to purchase it outright. But if this is your first time and you haven't gotten anything permanently, you're able to purchase it right out at the price that's available. Quick note, if you earned a rank from the crates, it'll tell you that that's just for the season. If it says that it's a seasonal rank, you will lose that rank after the season's over. This is not the case if you've purchased them from the buy shop, but I just wanted to make sure that that was highlighted. In addition, you are unable to upgrade from a seasonal rank. So in this case, my rank is actually recruit. I'm unable to go from recruit to bishop here, but if I want to buy it individually, I would have to do it from here first and not be able to just get the cheaper rate on the upgrade. So the upgrade is only for those that have already purchased a lower one and can go to a higher one. Otherwise, if you're not upgrading from a previous rank you've already purchased, you'll just buy it directly. But all of this will help you on your island, and it'll help support the server should you spend money on their shop. One thing I want to wrap up on is just going back to the island control panel. Be sure that you have set your members to the correct roles that you want to by selecting them and going to edit roles so that that applies. You also have the permissions properly sorted out here that are applicable for each of the roles. But something else to look into is the island settings. And what you can do here is if you want to allow PvP on your island, if you want to allow tree growth, so you want to do tree farms on your island, you want to deal with leaf decay, whether you want it on or not, if you want fire to spread normally or not, and especially something that's a bit more important as well is setting up natural spawns. So if you're just building a mob spawner and you just don't want to get attacked every time there's a mob popping up, you can disable it temporarily, but know that that's disabling every natural mob, not just the enemy mobs that'll attack you. But it's good to maybe deactivate it while you are building it up until you need it to get selected. The main island owner is the only one who has access to this, so if it's just them, you might need to ask them to turn it on and off. I know my team members were asking that from me when we were getting it set up, but yeah, take a look at that so that you can build out your farm completely before getting attacked by an arrow from a skeleton and so on. And the last one is you can switch the border colors to whatever ones that you want. You'll see the back that it gets changed to blue, green, or red, or you can have it completely removed as well, should that not interest you at all. That's all I've got for you today in this video. I hope that this helps all of you who are interested in OPlegends to get a chance, an idea on how to get yourself set up with an island and starting playing on Skyblock Dystopia. Make sure to check out their website on OPlegends.com for any specific rules, regulations. Those are important to follow. That's all I've got for you. Thank you very much. Hope that helps. Leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like us to check out, if there's any additional information you would like, or if there's maybe even something we missed, because it's quite possible that we did. Additionally, if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe, notification bell, and join us on our live sessions anytime you want. And you can also join our Discord channel on Siblings Den to chat with us and just send us a hi, any suggestions of content you'd like us to check out, or anything else you would like us to talk about. We also do occasional Among Us game sessions, Jackbox game sessions, and the like. So if you're looking for that as well, join us. Woo. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye, everyone. Woo.